Scamiana of the sea?
What did I do to deserve this?
What would you do if you paid thousands of dollars for a family trip and the day before, your travel agent says it's canceled?
$10,000.
$82,000.
It was $52,000 that the group had paid.
She's in hot water. A woman in New York accused of tricking people into booking lush vacations with her.
She never booked it.
Graduation cruises, birthday trips, destination weddings. And the Shade Room just found out police are getting involved.
I can finally tell this story without crying.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Pack your bags. You're going on a trip back home. Says several people who reached out to the Shade Room and said that they spent a lot of money with a travel agency. It's called Destiny Travel New York. They say it quickly became the worst decision they ever made after they say the owner booked travel for them with no intention of them ever going. They say she first collect their money, secure their rooms, and then something shady would happen to their reservation.
It took a year and a half to plan this.
Her dream wedding. Denise Perez Horton, she's been with her man since they were 17 years old, and the time had come for them to marry. 80 of their closest friends and family would celebrate in Mexico, July 2024. How much was it per month?
We were paying $100 deposit, and then everyone had to freely pay whatever they wanted to pay. It just had to be fully paid up by May of 2024. 45 days before we're due to leave.
So basically, everybody had their own payment arrangement with Destiny Travel New York. She found them online. They had decent reviews, and it was affordable, about $700 per adult, all inclusive, at a resort in Cancun. They were to send money to a Square Link account.
Final payment comes, and I'm like, okay, so where's the reservation number? Everybody's paid. I have my own spreadsheet and everything of everyone's payment. She's like, well, the resort had a child that was electrocuted in the pool, and they have a mold, and they have this, and just downplaying the resort. And I'm like, what? What is going on?
So she and her guests were switched to another resort last minute. She'd been messaging with the owner of Destiny Travel New York, Tavia Thomas, asking for reservation and confirmation numbers. We're blurring her face because she hasn't been officially charged with a crime.
We need reservations. We're leaving. People were asking for reservation number.
So Denise called the resort directly.
So they just kept saying that they don't have it. And I'm like, why? Why don't you have it?
She says there was no reservation. She went above Destiny Travel New York and called the booking agency.
She showed where the initial booking was done, but it was canceled 2 days after.
Where is that money?
In her bank account.
Their wedding was canceled. Guests forced to file disputes with their banks to get a refund. Some of them are still currently waiting.
She's doing this state line to state line. And the crazy thing also is that she's doing this to only Black people. She's doing it to us.
Gina Rapley agrees. She says that she used Destiny Travel New York before, but for smaller trips. And there was never a problem.
It went over my head.
She says she got 52 close friends and family to book a trip to the popular Hotel Riu in the Dominican Republic. They were all celebrating her mother's 75th birthday.
But altogether, it was $52,000 that the group had paid.
But one day before they were set to leave,
on July 1st, she sends a message to the group saying, just got an email from the vendor. They had to cancel as they couldn't accommodate you all. They will refund everyone that has paid. I'm sorry. The funds will be back on the card that was issued. The time frame is 20 to 30 business days. We'll call insurance company and see if it can be faster. I will keep you posted.
But Rapley says something was fishy with the insurance representative. Alliance was spelled wrong in this Outlook email address. This is how the legitimate travel insurance company Alliance really spells its name.
And that's how we found the email that on April 27th, she emailed them 2 days after she confirmed with us that the trip was canceled due to us not having enough funds.
Here is that email. Tavia Thomas going around their back, canceling that birthday trip with the booking agency. Quote, please cancel this group trip. Too many does not have their funds, end quote. But Thomas told the birthday group something completely different through text just 2 days before, she said, quote, "Contract is closed. Thank you, Lord." Someone else says, "Are you saying everyone is in?" Tavia Thomas replies, "Yes, ma'am."
When I called Rio was like, never heard of it, never had a confirmation, had no group for you, don't know what you're talking about.
They told Rosalind Gross Hall the same thing, as she and 34 people thought that they were boarding a Royal Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas to celebrate her daughter's graduation.
She never booked the travel.
She says that Tavia Thomas promised that she and another travel representative from Royal Caribbean were to meet them at the dock.
And I'm texting her and I'm like, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. And she's like, they're coming, they're coming. And I'm trying to get her to answer the phone. She wouldn't answer the phone. She would never answer the phone. Long story short, the door is closed and they are out on the sea. And my daughters and everybody there is just broken.
She says the confirmation information they thought was legit was linked to someone else's name.
She wants to reschedule it. And please answer, because they're going to reschedule it for the next 2 weeks. You can go then. And I'm like, are you crazy? Now, our banks gave us the money back. She has never given us anything. And one of my banks, which is, I'm still out $1,850, they won't give it back because they feel like I authorized the payment.
Now, the Shade Room has confirmed that this is, in fact, an open investigation. We did speak to Tavia Thomas, too, over the phone, who firmly denied any of this, blaming hotels for overbooking their reservations. We also spoke to her attorney, who says that today she plans to file a cease and desist against those who came forward. Of course, we'll be following to see if that happens. Now, as far as best practice when it comes to travel agents, here's what you can do to protect yourself. Check online reviews, ensure that they are legitimate. And also, you can check out the Better Business Bureau as a solid resource to look at businesses as well. It's also best to avoid suspicious payment methods. Also, no wire transfers or third-party app payments like Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle to pay for these services. It's also hard to get your money back that way, so try using a credit card only when you book. And most of all, trust your instincts. If the deal is too good to be true, it probably is. Something these alleged victims say they plan to do in the future. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter. Hello, roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.